Hi, Peter Charles here, Hooked Fly Fishing. And today let's talk about fly counter shading. I've got 7 flies here. And you can see the ones on the right hand side and plus the brown trout weimer have what we call counter shading, which is dark on top, light on the bottom. Which if you look at real fish, that's what they look like. Light on the bottom, dark on top. However, I want to talk about the ones on the left side, which are attractor flies. They're not imitative. And they use reverse counter shading. They're dark on the bottom and light on top. And if you're saying to yourself, well, that's kind of odd, is that really going to work? Well, I've got a lot of fish on the black ghost, which is that guy right there. So these reverse counter shaded flies as attractors probably does a better job because it's novel, it's different. When a fish sees a black ghost, there's nothing in the water that looks like a black ghost. But when the fish sees it, it's different, it's novel. It does its job of attracting its attention. And part of that is the reverse counter shading. So I think it's important with 2 things here when we're putting our flies together, especially when we're trying to adjust for our local waters and the type of bait fish that are in it and that sort of thing, to think in terms of counter shading for imitative patterns and reverse counter shading for the attractor patterns. And I think that's a good habit to get into to create a fly box that has those 2 choices. So you really set them apart, that the attractor pattern is really opposite to what is actually out there, whereas the imitative ones, you try to duplicate what's out there. I think generally that's a good practice to follow. And I've done that. I've used a lot. When I'm using attractor patterns, they're usually reverse counter shaded, or there isn't really any counter shading to them. They're kind of a mixed bag. So give that some thought next time you're out in the river and you're pulling a streamer out of your fly box. Is it going to imitate with the classic dark on top, white on the bottom, or light on the bottom, or do the reverse and be different? So give that some thought. Cheers.